Well, Darren, an excellent, hard-fought 3-1 win. It seemed in the first half we had enough chances to be comfortably ahead and somehow went in 1-0 down. How did you see the first half in particular?
I think as a coach, any coach will probably understand this next rate. I think when you have an expectancy of performance or an expectancy of level, irregardless of chances for or against, and it's not produced, that's the easiest way to invoke anger, not only in the manager, but frustration in the stands. And I just think we've built such an expectancy now with our physicality, with our performance level. That was the first time I felt that. And there's two things. We have to be careful with that as a playing group and a staff. And the supporters also need to know that we're trying very hard, and sometimes it's not going to roll out the tunnel and bang, off we go. I thought we had some good chances. I really did. I think statistically we only allowed them 2 shots on our goal in the first half, and we were 1-0 down. And I was pretty angry. Yeah, I was pretty angry with the first half because, again, we've had 2 weeks to prepare. I'm like everyone else here. We've had 2 weeks to prepare and to deliver what we delivered first half. Yeah, I wasn't very happy.
I mean, there were some great chances there, weren't there? And a great save by their keeper from Rhys Grigor-Cots, and then a little bit of sloppiness in defence probably led to their goal. We were sort of slow to clear it, were we?
Well, there's sloppiness in the chances that we missed as well, because we missed them. So technically that's executed poorly. So I thought that's probably a good word to use. There was some sloppiness in both thirds or final thirds, which meant we were 1-0 down. It's irrelevant whether we deserved to be or didn't deserve to be. We were. And that needed to be addressed, and then you get your 15 minutes to try and address that, and that's what we did.
And moving on to the much more positive half, I mean, to get three goals unanswered is terrific from the players. Just
excellent. And look, they took some criticism at half time. They don't take a lot of criticism from me. They took some criticism for the first time, really, in a while, and they responded brilliantly. And again, we're always trying to learn about the group and the players and the different players and how they receive information. I thought they responded brilliantly. The goalkeeper and the back four second half were astronomically better, more powerful, more aggressive. We had more completion of aerial duels, which means we can move forward earlier rather than having to backtrack before we recover and then play forward, which meant we got midfield players on the ball more. And I thought in Rhys Brown, he was our best player. I thought he handled the ball so beautifully in quite a chaotic game, but once we'd managed to push them and force them back with our running and our speed and our athleticism, Rhys has got that lovely balance about him. He never seems to be off balance, so he looks very graceful. I thought he was excellent, in particular second half.
And the 2 young lads came on. Jay Vokins had probably mostly half the game, and Charlie O'Connell came on. Were you pleased with how they acquitted themselves?
They made a massive. Had a massive impact on the direction of the game. Jake is fabulous to work with. Brilliant young man, good player, and just wanted to maybe change the angle of how we attack down that left-hand side. And he has that dynamic, that youthful enthusiasm where he joins in a little bit earlier. I thought he did very, very well, and Charlie, for having one day with us, acquitted himself very maturely, acquitted himself with real composure, brilliant temperament, and they both added something, and that's what you want your subs to be. And even the chaps that came off for them will know that that's what you want from your squad and your teammates, is that they add something when they get on the pitch. So it was a nice use of the group. And Tyreek at the end allowed us to change shape, get a little bit more balance to our shape, and he acquitted himself well. So the use of the squad today was, I'm pleased with our resources and how they played when they came into the game.
And we kept going very strongly right to the end. Did the 2 weeks, did having a week without a game last week, did that help at all?
That's us. We don't even we talk about Altrincham and being very tired. We didn't stop until the end. We scored in the 91st minute.
Yeah.
So that's us. That's what the mentality that I would like, and that's what they implemented. So the players deserve a lot of credit today. That second half, to come from a performance level of such, and then increase it to the level they did second half. They deserve a lot of credit for their character, their temperament, their commitment, determination, all the wonderful things you need in a campaign. And then we need to just manage all the other stuff. We're not going to be great all the time, but I thought second half we were so much better.
And I think I heard that there's 8 league games now unbeaten, and third in the table. We're not going to get carried away, but as a club, as fans as well as players, we're just, as fans, we're really pleased with how the team is performing and how well you're doing. So,
well, you definitely enjoy it.
Yeah.
You can, we can't. These runs, everyone talks about runs and form. It's just runs are one game, worry about that. Next game, worry about that. There's no mention in my address to the players before the game about how many we haven't won for and how many we haven't lost for and all of that, malark. No. Attack today. Let's do it in this way. Let's make sure we give ourselves the best possible chance of doing ourselves proud, our fans and our club proud, our employers, and making sure that we try and add to an accumulation of points as often as we can.
Well, we will enjoy it, and it's York next week, so hopefully another good turnout there, and have a good week on the training pitch.
Thank you very much.
See you next week.
Top man.
Cheers.